Hi, thank you for visiting my RC channel. My name is Bill and I'm an RC radio control enthusiast, and I also do RC reviews. Thank you for joining me for this review of this T-Motor Falcon15 95mm brushless 2 to 3 cell FPV whoop mini drone, supplied courtesy of Gearbest.com for review. Now, I haven't done a review for Gearbest for a while. I stopped doing reviews due to unsatisfactory customer service. But now I'm quite encouraged. I've been assured that improvements have been made and that customer service will be better. So here's trusting that it is. This comes nicely packaged in this Tupperware box. And if I open it, this is the T-Motor Falcon15. And straight away, I'm really looking forward to trying this, because this comes with 6,000 kV brushless motors and 50 BHEL Heli S ESCs. So this is quite a powerful combination. These are F15 motors. Comes on this thick carbon fiber frame at the bottom, which appears to be a 2mm frame. Now, this is a bind and fly version, so it does not come with a receiver. You need to supply your own receiver. So I will be putting this FR Sky Ultralight XM Plus mini receiver on this. And another feature of this is that this comes with a barometer. And in the box, we get 2 spare prop guards, and these are flexible and seem very strong and have strong struts. We get this bag with 4 spare tri-blade propellers, a battery strap, a 3-wire plug to put onto a receiver, as I have already done so here, and a hex Allen key, which is good because this is not a very common size Allen key or hex, and always good to have for changing props. And also comes with this very basic piece of paper that they call a user manual. Just tells you what comes with it. Tells you it's got the all-in-one 25 milliwatt VTX with smart audio, and smart audio is connected on UART1, and then shows you the connections of the F3 flight controller that comes with this. The recommended battery for this is a 2 to 3 cell 450 mAh. It can be versatile in size, because we just put a battery strap on to secure it at the bottom. We've got an adjustable camera here. I'm not sure what camera this is, but we need to take the cover off to connect the receiver. So we'll have a closer look when I take this hood off. And to take the hood off, I just need to remove these 4 screws over here. The battery connection is an XT30 plug. This does seem as though it can be quite strong and quite durable. The props are flexible, which is good, and have a good pitch on them. And these are 2040 props that look like gem fan props. And with the height, it'll be important for this to be balanced, so we'll have to see when we fly it. So let me just go ahead and take the hood off here. These are the screws removed, and whenever I get something new, I always check and make sure that all the screws are properly fastened. And I'm very pleased to say that these are very, very well fastened, which is encouraging. But we do not get any spare screws, so it's always good to make sure they are fastened properly. And the hood comes off like this. Now, it's still difficult to see what camera this is, but it's an AIO camera, so it can be upgraded if it's not up to scratch. And we got our 5.8 gigahertz antenna coming down here, which should be fine. Here's our Omnibus F3 flight controller, the USB port to plug into Betaflight. Got our 15 amp 4-in-1 B-hull Heli ESCs on the bottom. And great to see that this comes with a buzzer and looks like quite a big buzzer, which should hopefully be easy to hear. And then over here is where we plug in the receiver. Let me just plug this receiver in here. And that's it plugged in over there. Now, ideally I would like the 2.4 gigahertz antenna coming out near the top, but I'm going to put this over here for now, and I think I'll just get some double-sided adhesive and just secure it onto here so it doesn't flop around, and then place this back on top and then just secure the antenna up on the outside here. But before I put the hood back on, let's bind it to a radio controller. So I'm going to bind this to my FR Sky Tyrannus Lite radio controller. So I've got it all set up, and my receiver can take 16 channels, so ready to bind on 16. You'll have to follow the binding procedure for the receiver that you choose to connect. Press bind, channel 9 to 16, telemetry on. Hold down the bind button on the receiver here while I connect the battery. See a green light come on and flashing rapidly. I can release. And this is a binding. Stop the bind process, go out of there. Disconnect battery. Connect battery again. I've got a green light on the receiver, and this is it bound. So I'm going to be trying it with this Tattoo 2S 450 mAh battery. Also this Goo 450 mAh 60C battery. Also going to be trying it with this Happy Model 3S 300 mAh battery. And the Zop Power 450 mAh 70C battery too. So I've got the receiver mounted on a bit of double-sided tape here now, so I'm just going to put the hood back on. Okay, so this is the hood back on. I've just used sellotape just to secure the 2.4 gigahertz antenna there. And let me just plug in a battery. I really need to show you these lights because they are really bright. There, as you can see, by default it's green, but it can change color. And there's 4 lights that are on top of the stack over here. So now let me connect it to Betaflight and we can have a look at the settings. So now I connected up to Betaflight, and the hood has got a nice convenient hole in so that this can just plug into the FC, which is good. And if we have a look here, first thing I'm going to do, calibrate the accelerometer, but I've got this facing directly forward, but it's not really showing it in the axis here. If I got it forward, it's at that angle there, but I'm going to calibrate it like that. Fine. Okay, then it's always good to do a backup, so you can do a backup here, and then also go into the CLI and back up your CLI settings. If you're not sure how to do this, just do a search for backing up CLI and you'll find information regarding this. So let's have a look at the ports. Here we got USB VCP enabled here. Then on UART1 we've got the VTX TBS Smart Audio enabled, and on UART3 Serial RX. Look at configuration. We got B shut 600, motor stop switched off, which means the motor should spin when it's armed. Got accelerometer, barometer, craft name I'm going to put in as Falcon15. I'm using S-Bus, so this is correct here. Now we've got LED strip enabled, OSD, anti-gravity, and dynamic filter. I'm going to enable air mode as well. Save and reboot. Got D-Shot beacon configuration here, and then under beeper configuration, all the settings are set here. We look at power and battery, minimum cell voltage 3.3, maximum 4.3, and warning at 3.5. So I'll leave it like that for now. Failsafe set to drop, which is good. These are the default pits, and I'll leave it on the default pits and see how it goes. Look at receiver. Okay, I use Spectrum TAER, so I'm going to change that and go save. Just going to plug in a battery to the quad.
Inactivity alarm.
And check. I've got throttle, got yaw, got pitch, got roll. Now we can see that on auxiliary 12 we've got the RSSI. So I'm going to put the RSSI here on auxiliary 12 and go save. Just need to trim my roll here. There we go, we're on 1500. 1500. Put my throttle down here. Okay, I'll leave throttle as it is. Modes, let me just test. Okay, got arm disarm on auxiliary 1. My speeds I should have on auxiliary 2. Let me just check. Go auto. Yeah. So I've got angle in the lower end here. That is it. So let's just go back here and add horizon, and I'm going to put horizon in the lower section here on auxiliary 2, and have angle there, and that should take us into acro in position 3. But where is air mode? Beeper, because we've got a beeper. I think I should have on auxiliary 3. And that'll be for beeper. Flip over after crash. Not sure whether it has this, but I'm going to enable it here on auxiliary 4. I'm going to leave those as they are there. Motors, we all see them okay. We're going to turn this on so I understand that. And motors seem fine. Let's look at OSD. I want to include RSSI value, but I prefer having it up here. Mode function, I prefer here. Okay, we've got timer 1, timer 2, fly mode. I want to include craft name and put it down here. Warnings, I want to enable warnings, so put warnings on there. I like having VTA channel, go there. Here we've got auto, PAL and NTSC. I'll leave it on auto. I also prefer it metric. Put low voltage warning over here. Let me just add in crosshairs because we are going to try it on an indoor whoop racetrack, and click on save. LED strip, this is the default for the LED, and currently it's on a nice green color. And then if we go to CLI, type in dump, and go to the top, we can see that the target is Omnibus 3.4.1, dated August the 2nd, 2018. So this is the Omnibus F3, and then it's good to back up the CLI again for any settings that you've made and do a backup. So these are the settings in Betaflight. And if we have a look at the weights, without a battery but with the battery strap, it's 82 grams. And if I include this 2-cell 450 mAh Tattoo battery, it comes in at 112 grams. And now I'm going to see how this performs indoors and also on a tiny whoop racetrack. So as you can see in the footage, the bright lights actually affect the FPV view, particularly if the camera is lowered a little bit. If the camera was a bit higher, it may not. But to fly it indoors, because the lights are so bright, it's probably best to turn off the LED strip in Betaflight if you want to use it indoors. And here's a quick clip to show you how bright these lights are in the dark. As you can see, very bright. That's how bright it is in the dark. And now here's some more footage of flying indoors on a Whoop racetrack after the LED strip was turned off. And this actually performs very well, but to be honest, probably a little bit too powerful for indoors, even on a 2-cell battery. And although this has a barometer, it doesn't really hold altitude automatically. And sorry, my DVR cuts off a little bit of the telemetry at the bottom, but I've adjusted that now too. And now I'm looking forward to flying this outdoors and seeing how it performs outdoors. Now let's see how this Falcon 15 goes outdoors, and I'm going to be using this GU 450 mAh 2-cell battery. Oh, here we're up in the air. Right, that's the punch out. Oh, and it really wants to go. And it tilts at quite an angle. This is going nicely. I'm not even going full throttle. This really maneuvers nicely, spawns well, not taking it too far away from the camera for now. You see the lights, they're really bright, even in the daylight here. Doesn't help much for orientation though. Really going nicely. No sign of low battery warning yet either. Should hear a beep when its battery starts getting low. Okay, now I can hear a low battery alarm. Let me bring it in. So please subscribe, like, comment and share if you like my videos.